Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another feature match commentary on the channel today. So this is going to be for round 4 of the LCS, and it's going to be featuring Herman Hansson on Dragonmaid, as you can tell by his illustrious profile picture, versus Avery Foster on Dogmatika Eldlich with a little bit of Shaddolls mixed in. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started here. Finally, we get to see some of the Dragonmaid deck in action. Hopefully this deck will continue to do really well. It's XO right now going into round 4. So we saw Dragonmaid win the RPS. He's going to choose to go first. He's on 50 cards, whereas his opponent's on 60. We've seen a lot of 60 card Dogmatika Eldlich this weekend. So the opening hand for Dragonmaid is going to be Dynamiscus, World Legacy Guard Dragon, Dragonmaid Hospitality, Torrential Tribute, and Chamber Dragonmaid. This card's really good in like the VW matchup and stuff. So yeah, not surprised to see this in the main deck. But yeah, he drew one of his starters, so he's pretty good to go. And then for Dogmatika Eldlich, the opening hand is going to be Lilith, Dogmatika Punishment, Pot of Extravagance, Wakero, and Red Eyes Wyvern. Interesting to see this in the main deck. I kind of like it, because this deck really doesn't have that good of a normal summon, since people have been cutting the Buster Blader engine, simply because it loses too hard to like Eldritch Mirrors or like Chuche from Virtual Worlds, so people have dropped the Buster Blader package. But this is a good kind of supplementary normal summon because it's just more copies of Trap Trick basically, so definitely like to see this. And also a forward dream to just play Pot of Extravagance, which is really nice to see. So besides Red Eyes Wyvern, I think both players open pretty well. It's going to be a relatively grindy matchup, I feel. Main phase 1, going to activate Chamber, or normal summon Chamber, then activate its effect that's going to search out a copy of Tidying. Going to link that away for a copy of Salomon Great Almirage, because he drew World Legacy Guard Dragon, so that means you can go for LP plays. Going to Guard Dragon back the Chamber. That's going to go ahead and summon LP and move it. So I wonder if he's still on like Red MD. Yeah, maybe he cut it, I'm not sure. Really interested to see what he brings out with this. Maybe it's just another Dragonmaid. LP effect, that's going to summon out Black Metal. Okay, so he is on a Red MD package, it looks like. He's going to link all 3 away into... Oh no, he's going to use Almirage effect, and then he's going to link it to the Heretic Seal. So that allows him to get Red MD for next turn. And like this card in Dragonmaid is really crazy, because you can use it at the start of the battle phase, and then it'll still be the... like it's at the start steps, so it still is the window for the Dragonmaid to trigger. So you just get a lot of value. Like you can bounce your own World Legacy Guard Dragon too if you want to, which is very strong. He's gonna set Dynamiscus, Torrential, and Tidying and pass. Return, Dogmatika Eldlich is gonna draw a copy of Strike. So yeah, this hand is slow, but like it'll be good enough. Main phase 1, gonna activate Pot of Extravagance. Gonna banish 6 to draw Conquistador Punishment. He already had a punishment, but he found his Eldritch engine. Well, he found more of the same part of the Eldritch engine, I should say. So hasn't really accelerated his game plan by that much. Let's see what he banished. Yeah, you can see he's on like a lot of Shaddolls. He's on 2 Apgalon, at least. So I don't know if you have space for all of it, or for all 3 with the Dogmatika engine. Oh, he targets to send off Servant and stuff. So who knows? I'm kind of curious as to what the ratios are here. He's also playing Dragoon, obviously with the Red Ice Wyvern. So yeah, this hand is still going to continue to be a bit slow. He's going to go ahead and normal summon Lilith, and then go into battle phase. Start of the battle phase, he's going to use Seal to bounce World Legacy Guard Dragon, and then use Seal effect to summon a copy of Parlor, which will then Foolish, probably for a big Dragonmaid. He's going to go ahead and get Tinkek. Then he's going to bounce the Parlor at the start of the battle phase, which is legal again because it's all in the same step. And then he can just go for the Tinkek. He's not going to tag back in. These only tag from hand, yeah. He's going to go and activate Lilith in main phase 2. That's going to fetch for a couple of Ice Dragon's Prisons. Funny, Ice Dragon's Prison versus the Dragon deck. Yeah, this is going to be good because he knows that World Legacy Guard Dragon's in hand. So he'll get some value. He also knows that Red MD is in hand too. So it's a pretty good defense mechanism. But yeah, he just has a lot of traps. He's going to set Strike, Punishment, Walk Arrow, and Conquistador. So it's going to set everything. And then pass. For turn, we see Rivalry main decked. Pretty interesting. Yeah, this is pretty decent. Because so many decks right now are hybrids. Like you see Yugioh Eldlich and Dogmatika Eldlich. Even Virtual World has different types. So yeah, this is pretty strong. We're going to see Normal Summon Parlor. That's going to use its effect to send a copy of Changeover. So now he can get access to Shao, which is like where the deck really gets going. Because that just allows you to get resources every turn, have negation, and all that good stuff. He's going to Punishment on Resolution. And then Herman's going to chain Tidying. So, going to be targeting the Parlor and one of the sets. Can also target cards in Graveyard. But don't really want to do that here. That's going to return the Conquistador to hand. Pretty decent hit. So, yeah, because Parlor is targeted via the Punishment, it can't check attack anymore, so it doesn't send. Looks like he's going to use Changeover to return itself back to the hand, as well as the Tenkek. So you can go for Shao here, just to try and play around additional negations. He also has a Hospitality to be able to like summon the Chamber back if he wants to. And he has Word Like Cigar Dragon. So he's in a very, very powerful position. Gonna activate Changeover, that's gonna send away Tenkek and Parlor to summon a copy of Shao. Oh, I think he's asking to. I think Avery's asking to read House. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's see. He's gonna then use the Hospitality. That's gonna bring back Chamber. Hey, there we go. I didn't watch this matchup, so I'm like still trying to determine what exactly Dragonmaid is trying to do here. I don't think this build is fundamentally different from any particular Dragonmaid build. It's just playing more stuff. But yeah, Chamber can go for a search now. I wonder if he's on any of the other Dragonmaid traps, or if he's just playing 3 Tiding and that's it. Probably it. Just gonna be another Tiding. So I do wonder when Avery is going to fire off this Ice Dragon's Prison. This would be a decent time to use it. Or you could wait for Red MD to come down if that's what you're anticipating. And then you can like Ice Dragon's Prison, strike the Shao, and then banish the Red MD and whatever you want to target. Like maybe the big Dragonmaid, maybe Tenkek. That would be pretty decent, I think. Yeah, that's like the last of the interruptions. But Herman still does have Word Like Cigar Dragon. Like both of these cards are known to Avery, so he definitely is going to keep that in mind as he plays here. He is going to use Ice Dragon's Prison at this point. Okay, that's going to fetch the Shao, which is going to be striked. Now, I don't think Herman's feeling too badly about this. So Tenkek was targeted. That's going to banish a Chamber. It's not ideal, but he is able to Guard Dragon back like a Black Metal and then banish it for Red MD. Can Red MD summon this back? It doesn't say it has to be fusion summoned. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, he can like, yeah, where is the Guard Dragon back this? Banish it for Red MD. Red MD bring back Shao. And then during the next standby phase, he can summon out Parlor and then just get another big Dragonmaid and keep going. This is crazy. He has so much going, and he didn't have to use either of these traps the entire time. Yeah, Herman is so far ahead. My goodness. You can see the resources that this deck generates. It's absolutely crazy. Wardog's the Guard Dragon. Oh, he's going to bring back the Parlor instead. Okay. Curious. Wait, did he use Parlor yet this turn? Maybe he didn't. No, I think he's normal summoned it to send Changeover, right? So, okay, he's going to go Striker Dragon first. I see. Then he's going to banish that for Red MD. Okay, so ultimately ended up being the same thing. The Striker Dragon means pretty much nothing. Maybe, does he have more targets for this? I'm kind of curious. But yeah, shouldn't really be that big of a difference. Red MD going to bring back the Shell. Jeez, this is so strong. 2800 and then 35. That is a massive amount of damage. He's going to walk Hero to block the Xiao attack. And then main phase 2, going to set Rivalry and set Tiding. So it turns off his Dynamiscus. But it could be on later if he like summons Parlor then bounces it back for a big Dragonmaid. I wonder if he's playing like Ernest and the other one that I can't remember its name right now, the green one. Let's see. Draws a copy of Sinister Shadow Games. So this is like indicative of the heavier Shadal package. This hand is not very good. Yeah, I don't think that you're beating Dragonmaid with this hand. Stand by phase, we can get back Parlor, and this is just going to be an absurd amount of just plays to be had. This has a graveyard effect too to summon from hand or graveyard. But you can only use one of the effects. You can't use both. If you could, that'd be absolutely wild. Shell, summon back the Parlor. That's going to use its effect. And that's just going to be the end of the game. So, yeah. Dragonmaid's showing why they're actually not a deck to be slept on. This deck is actually quite good. I just think it's very underrepresented. But yeah. In a format that's starting to kind of shift towards control a bit more, I think that Dragonmaid can definitely thrive against these other decks. So, moving into game 2, if you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to leave a like as well as subscribe if you're new here and enjoy this style of video. But in game 2, we're going to see Dogmatika Eldlich go first. His opener is going to be Pot of Extravagance, Red Eye's Insight, Sinister Shadow Games, Red Eye's Wyvern, and Nadir's Servant. So this hand's really strong. Has access to a lot of the engines except Eldlich. Oh, this is also notably a trap check target as well as a Lilith target, so that's some additional synergy. I do wonder how heavy the lineup is for the Shadal package. And then for Dragonmaid, the hand is World Exit Guard Dragon, Chamber Dragonmaid, Red MD, Hard Drawn, Desires, and Dynamiscus. So what's interesting to me is that Herman's on Desires, because I know that he's been on Extravagance in this deck for a long time. So I'm curious as to why he switched. Maybe it's because he's on 50. And then for... oh yeah, we already went over his hand. Alright, main phase 1, we're going to see Extravagance being used. That's going to banish to draw, let's see, Curse Eldon and Conquistador. So yeah, about the lack of Eldritch Engine, that is no more, because we now have a lot of the Eldritch Engine. Let's see what's banished. Let's see, one each of Dragoon. This almost is the same banish as last time. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same banish, except this Entis was a Winda. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks very, very like reminiscent of game 1. Weird. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and use Insight, send Wyvern from hand. He drew Wyvern both games, by the way. That is kind of nutty. That's gonna go ahead and grab Fusion. He's then going to banish the material, or sorry, send the materials to summon out Dragoon. So he is playing definitely multiple Dragoon, obviously, because if he's playing Insight and Extravagance, you have to commit. And you can, like, I guess, Servant to send Titanic-clad for follow-up next turn, and then use, like, Curse and stuff. That's pretty decent. He might also hold this, who knows. Curse can go ahead and pay 800 to search Wakero. If you hold this, you can, like, go for more Disruption, and then try and, like, use Ecclesia to break the board. Some people are cutting Fleur-de-Lis, so I do wonder if that's also a factor. Nope, he's just going to use it. Oh, he's on 3 App Clone. Okay. So, yeah, very, very heavy on the Shadal stuff. So, Nadir Servant send App Clone. That's going to search for Ecclesia. And then App Clone going to add Schism. And then send Wakero. That's a really cool synergy. So, now he has his Eldritch Engine like fully online. He has both a Golden Land and a way to access Golden Lord. So, that's pretty nice. He has plenty of ways to get Winda on the field, too. Plus, Chamber happens to be a dark, which is notable. So you can like, send it away with Schism. Set the Schism and the Sinister Shadow Games. It's so weird to say set Sinister Shadow Games in 2020. And then set Conquistador. Then gonna go ahead and banish the Wakero to set a copy of Scarlet. So this is quite a good setup. For turn, Herman draws a copy of Twin Twisters, so that is quite nice. We'll see how he sequences. He's going to start off with Desires. It's going to banish 10. Avery's going to let that go through. Not surprising. He draws another Chamber and an Ice Dragon's Prison. So Prison can definitely be good. Possibly a way to out Dragoon. I wonder what other outs in the engine that this deck has. Well, there's Seal, actually. So you can like Seal and then Ice Dragon's Prison. That just takes care of this, no problem. So if you can find your way to that, then you're in a pretty good spot. So yeah, Herman's looking pretty good again, actually. Provided that he can play through the disruption. He doesn't. I think the Walkero was the one that was searched off the curse. Yeah, it was. So he doesn't necessarily know about the Conquistador, but he can probably like assume or infer that it could be there. And then he knows about the schism too, so that's something to be mindful of. But he has Twin Twister for it. Chamber going to be normal summon. That's going to activate its effect to search for a changeover. Yeah, so changeover, the cool thing is I can use any level 5 or higher dragon to summon out Xiao, so that includes Redem. So that is very, very nice. He can like use that as sort of a way to hedge against Dragoon, which is cool. Because I believe they're both 3k. So that might just be a way to force it preemptively, which is nice. Yeah, he's going to use changeover right away. I wonder if Avery's going to negate it. He's not, so he's going to let this go through. That's going to send away Redem and the Chamber to summon out Xiao. Oh no, Xiao is not 3k, Xiao is 35. Okay, this thing is massive. Oh, alright. So this is going to have to be dealt with in some capacity. So, like, you might have to try Conquistador, and then, like, this gets chained, and then you chain Dragoon. But then, like, that's not too bad. You have Twin Twister, you have Warlock Cigar Dragon. Yeah, this is super strong right here. Very, very nice. Yeah, he did this to like try and make sure that he wouldn't, play into like Schism. Like maybe he wants to hold Twin Twister so that Dragoon doesn't negate it, and then like he can't, like he's kind of stuck. Which is reasonable, because again, like Seal plus Ice Dragon's Prison is a clean out to this. Oh, let's see what he banished actually off Desires. Let's just check real fast. A lot of people on Skullmeister. I love this card. Let's see. Torrential. So he banished Tinkek, so that's one of the big bosses gone. He's gonna go battle phase, and then he's going to go for Schism. Does he have a light monster to summon Construct? He doesn't. So that's gonna be Winda? Huh. Curious. I wonder if you just let this go if you're Herman. Oh no, this isn't a main phase one, by the way, because it has to be in main phase. They're both thinking. Okay, no. He's just gonna flip it up and not use it. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Battle phase, gonna try and attack over Dragoon. That has to be met somehow. He's going to use Scarlet, and then he's gonna use Conquistador, which does play around Ash. So that's pretty decent, but he has Twin Twister. So he can Twin Twister away. This is interesting, because now the Schism can't be chained because it's not main phase anymore. So do you even hit it? Do you just go for the random set? Very interested to see what Herman targets. Excuse the heater. He's gonna pitch Dynamiscus. He is targeting the Schism just so he doesn't have to deal with the window later. I think that's fine. And then getting rid of the Conquistador as well. So Dragoon not going to be chained in response because Xiao would just negate the Dragoon that gets run over. But that may happen anyways. Yeah, he just wants to keep the Ecclesia in hand. I don't remember how much attack House Dragonmaid has though. Let's actually look that up real fast. House Dragonmaid. This card has a grand total of, if my image loads, 3k attack. So, if, hypothetically, this negated Twin, this negated the Dragoon, and then it says also after that, so also means you do as much as you can. So it returns to the extra deck, and especially House Dragonmaid, but then this wouldn't gain attack because it didn't negate the Twin, so then you just crash. Yeah, I think valuing the Ecclesia there is fine. All that just to like see if it was worth it to keep Ecclesia. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and let Dragoon die. So I mean, there goes that whole thing about Seal plus Ice Dragon's Prison. It wasn't even needed. He was able to actually even take care of that during his own turn, which is fantastic because now he can just go for Seal and Xiao. Seal Xiao is crazy, by the way. Actually, can he do it? He would have used his normal. Maybe not, unless if there's something I'm missing, which is possible. Maybe he'll just hold it too. That's entirely like reasonable. Gonna set Ice Dragon's Prison and pass. Yeah, he's gonna hold it for an extender for later. For turn, we're gonna see a top deck Extravagance. That is quite good here. He is not under punishment this time. So let's see. Oh, he's gonna draw phase activate the Shadow Games. This is before the Shao can revive. He's gonna let that go. That's gonna send Ariel. Very interesting. So this is a triple DD Crow. It does target. So it's gonna get rid of all the Dragonmaid cards basically, and Red MD. So Herman letting that go. I think he just wants to keep this for something a bit more impactful, which is understandable. This does summon from hand too, so he can summon the chamber anyway, and then get tidying. So he's not even that bad of a spot. Now he still has this negation. Main phase 1 can activate Extravagance. It's gonna banish 6. Does he negate this? He knows the last card in hand is Ecclesia, so I think you're probably okay with negating that. Actually, let's think about this. Actually, let's just see what happens. Yeah, I probably would have personally negated it. Because like you have the Ice Dragon's Prison to like clear the Ecclesia off the board if he goes for Fleur-de-Lis. And if not, like you'd be dealing with the punishment regardless, I feel. Or if not, he'd just draw no more traps. So I think that's fine. He's gonna go and grab House. So the only play left is Ecclesia and then Cursed, which can get a follow-up. He also still has Eldlich cards, so I mean he's not out of the game yet. It's just gonna be tough to win. Ecclesia gonna summon herself. And then that's gonna search for a punishment. And then he's gonna use Cursed Eldon to pay 800 to search a Lord. Okay, so he's gonna use this Ascend instead. Very interesting. He's gonna send a back row. Oh my god, that played straight into the Ice Dragon's Prison. My goodness. Oh, so now both the Lords get banished, and that ended the game even faster. That was crazy. Had he just gone the more conservative route, I think he would have been in a not great position, but it would have been okay. Yikes, dude, that is rough. Wow, that's game ending right there. And he gets a Chain Dynamiscus on top of that. Crazy. So... Oh, no, okay, so he's not gonna Chain Dynamiscus because the Scarlet's gonna be chained in response to the Ice Dragon's Prison. And this can only chain to trap card activations, not trap effect activations. So even though this is a trap, it doesn't allow you to chain a Paleo to it. So both the Lords get banished. He's gonna second Conquistador. And Conquistador can set a Scarlet, but the question is, does he play 3 Golden Lord? I feel like a lot of people have been cutting it down to 2. End phase is going to banish Conquistador. That's going to set Scarlet. He's going to pass. For turn, he draws Skullmeister. That would have been insane to have here. In the last turn, at least. Because that would have like ensured that he just had no way to access Golden Lord. Like, if he was on 3. Which he could still be on 3. He's going to go main phase 1. That's going to go turn the Chamber into a Striker Dragon. This turns on the World Legacy Guard Dragon, so we can like search for maybe like Hospitality off the Chamber. Just keep going. We can like go for Guard Dragon plays too, potentially. Yep, World Legacy Guard Dragon, bring back the Chamber. Chamber effect's gonna search for Hospitality. You can like go into Seal and then go summon this back and then go LP and move it. This is crazy. Yeah, it's gonna go Seal. It's funny, I've seen this deck more times than I probably should. Because I've seen multiple people play this deck. He's gonna go summon LP, and then LP to move it, and then that's the end of the game right there. So I wonder why he didn't at least try Conquistador. But I guess the answer is that he doesn't play the 3rd Golden Lord, and that he's just completely out of his engine. So notably, he also could have used Red Eyes Wyvern, I think, right, to bring this back. Because he never normal summoned that turn, I don't think. So I think that's maybe something he missed. Unless, again, if I'm missing something, which I could be the one missing something. So let me know if he could have done this. I think he could have. Because what did he do in that last turn? He got Extravagance negated. He will use Sinister Shadow Games. And then Ariel banished. Then he used Extravagance, that got negated. Then he used this. Well, he used Ecclesia to search Punishment, and he used this to search Lord, and then he played an Ice Dragon's Prison. And then, yeah, he never normal summoned. So I think he could have used this. That could have made a difference, I think. The negation wouldn't have been on, which is fair, but I don't know. It still was an extra body. But I think regardless, Herman was like in the far superior position. Just because like LB resolving makes it so he can get access to literally any chamber or any Dragonmaid. And that is very, very powerful. Like he can get Parlor and then Foolish and then just go Battle Phase. Like actually he can go to Pissy too. Oh god, he could have like, yeah, gone Chamber, or sorry, not Chamber, Parlor, and then go into Pissy, and then Pissy bring back the Red MD. Oh, that would have been so disgusting. And that like would have enabled Borosaur, because I'm sure that's what this deck plays too, because you're playing like dragons, of course. Oh god, yeah, that would have been actually crazy. So yeah, Dragonmaids, 4-0. How about that, huh? So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more competitive video content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me via Patreon or TCG Player. All links in the description as always. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.